We're really glad that you're our friend, and this is a friendship that'll never ever end. Bring it back.
Alexa Bliss continued her demonic mind games this week on Randy Orton, and it was absolutely done perfectly. There was, however, lots of things you might have missed, hence the video, things you might have missed. We will get into lots, but before we do, please make sure you hit the like button. Genuinely, these videos are super successful because of you guys, so I really do appreciate you taking that 1 second to hit the like button. First of all, hello Alexa, we missed you so much last week, so I'm pretty pleased you're back. But of course, she was back in the Firefly funhouse, and she had a new little box in her hands. We all know Bray and Alexa like toys, so a new toy, and it does have that pinnacle on it once again. Obviously, we discussed this recently. You can see as well, she sat in the middle of a pinnacle, the same pinnacle she was there before. No candles around the outer side. There's no ceremony or anything going on this time, but she did distract Randy Orton, obviously appearing on the monitor behind him during his interview. I don't know why he was being interviewed in front of a monitor, but that was a thing. Randy actually said that Alexa Bliss wanted to basically leave him alone unless she wanted to end up like the Fiend. Another reminder of what Randy Orton did to the Fiend. Obviously, that slow burn build towards WrestleMania is still ongoing. But something you might have missed, or at least forgotten, is back when Alexa Bliss went to set herself on fire. Well, she wanted Randy Orton to set her on fire after he did what he did to the Fiend. He didn't do it. And when he was asked about it, Randy Orton said he didn't do it because he didn't blame Alexa Bliss. And with the clear warning that he sent her this week on Raw, this time he definitely blames Alexa Bliss. So it is very interesting how things have turned around in the last few months and all these mind games have got on top of Randy Orton. It is now officially 40 days, only 40 days, until WrestleMania. Genuinely excited. I love WrestleMania. It's the big show. But nonetheless, there was something new this week in the WrestleMania commercial you might have missed. Lots more imagery of Alexa Bliss. She was in it already. She had like a faded background image on one of the key parts of the video. But now, like, this is one of the biggest focuses of the video, and that's absolutely amazing. Obviously setting up that there will be something big at WrestleMania, without a doubt. Obviously, they can't use imagery of the Fiend if he's going to come back with a new mask. Obviously, his laugh is there. We have mentioned that in the past, but definitely something to keep an eye out on. Now, we saw this hooded figure this week on Monday Night Raw, and people that were like live tweeting me while watching Raw was like, OMG, it's a SmackDown hacker. No, it was Randy Orton, and I thought that was hilarious, by the way. Nonetheless, Randy Orton, is he the Fiend? No, I don't think so. I think what happens here is very, very cool and very, very interesting. It plays into theories we've spoken about before on the channel, actually a few times, especially on things you might have missed. Obviously, Orton on screen spoke very eerily, very similar, very dark, very much like the Fiend. And, of course, last week we saw Randy Orton coughing up that black goo, and we kind of wondered what had happened to Randy. Now, we don't know what happened to Randy. He said this week on Raw he didn't know what had happened. Obviously, Alexa Bliss knows what happened because she has in the past gone to the ring and coughed up, spewed up this black goo. We don't know if it's blood. We don't know what it is. It could be oil. It could be anything. But whatever it is isn't the thing. It's what it is doing to Alexa, to Randy Orton, that's interesting. If Randy Orton coughed this up last week, and we're saying Alexa Bliss before was possessed, does that mean Randy Orton was possessed by whatever that black goo is? Could make sense when you then see him come face to face with himself on a screen, basically talking like the Fiend. What if after last week when he walked off shot, this was then recorded and this wasn't live, this wasn't a random Randy Orton that showed up. on screen. It was something pre-recorded with Randy Orton at the time of possession. And maybe that's why Orton looked so surprised, because maybe he's got a vague memory of doing this and it triggered when he saw it. Maybe that black oil was a possession. Maybe whatever that oil was made Randy Orton the person you currently see on screen, on the screen. Honestly, these things are getting more confusing just making these videos. I can't not mention a massive congratulations to Bobby Lashley, who is the brand new WWE champion. And they changed the championship on Raw. We kind of expected swerves, shenanigans, interferences. We got that. 2 matches worth. Miz had the runs. Miz run away. And he couldn't run away anymore. Lashley became the champion. I think it's brilliant. Had to shout that out because it's great. But something we have mentioned on the channel previously on this Things You Might Have Missed series is the Elite 85 Bray Wyatt that comes with a Huskus the Pig Boy, soon to be released from ringsidecollectibles.com. Well, they announced today the lineup for Elite 86, and we got a new Fiend figure. Absolutely brilliant. No idea what the figure looks like yet. They haven't released prototype images, just the set lineup. They are available for pre-order now. The set is the Fiend, Sid Justice, Carmella, Seth Rollins, The Miz, and Triple H. And there is a Chase variant available for Triple H as well. Great to get a new Fiend. Elite figure for sure. But now we have to be serious for a moment and talk about this. Honestly, I take screenshots to make these videos, and I somehow got this on my phone. And when I saw it, I literally was like, this is definitely making it into the video for no reason except the fact it looks hilarious. Now, Alexa Bliss, obviously we mentioned at the start of the video, did have a new toy, and the toy made some interesting noise. The tune of Pop Goes the Weasel, of course, we spoke about this before because WWE used it on the Elimination Chamber commercial, tease, and of course we heard it on the Firefly Funhouse when Alexa appeared in the Pinnacle the first time. So, really interesting, they're still playing that tune still being involved in the story somehow. I'm assuming it's going to mean the Fiend is eventually going to pop up. But Alexa Bliss also said something very, very interesting. These words.
Bring it back.
Now, obviously, that's in reference to bringing back the Fiend and all that stuff, and I'm really pleased that he is coming back. Obviously, this is what led to Randy Orton's double appearing on the screen. I really don't think it was meant to be a double, though. I think it's meant to represent a double to Randy Orton, but I'm genuinely convinced it was when Randy Orton was possessed, and it's just showing the power that the Fiend had. The Fiend possessed Randy Orton, is what I'm thinking. If you play the Topps WWE Slam app, they have these tribute sets available, and you can get the tribute tandems of the autograph version of Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss. You can download the Topps WWE Slam app in the App Store or whatever it is you have on your device right now, and you could try to get those cards if you do like that kind of stuff. Randy Orton will be appearing as a guest on the Steve Austin's Broken Skull Sessions podcast thing that's on the WWE Network, exclusive to Peacock in the United States in March. I think that's really cool. Kind of telling as well, because he's going to be on Stone Cold's Broken Skull Sessions, and when The Fiend comes back, he's going to probably have a broken skull. Kind of ironic, WWE. But of course, there is one more big bit of news to talk about. It's Puppet Watch! Not on Raw. I'm sorry if that got you excited. But we did make a video yesterday on the channel, and it was all about Puppet Watch and Puppet Watches from the Firefly Funhouse history. So if you haven't already, I know this is a massive hit segment on these shows. So I really wanted to make one whole video dedicated to it. It is up. You guys loved it so far, so I do appreciate that support. But if you have missed it, you know it's there now. And I also want to talk about this image made by Kyle Scarborough. Of course, he was the tattoo artist who made the design for the Fiend mask, and super talented. He does so many amazing images on Twitter and Instagram that he posts regularly. and this one was released today. I get sent these all the time, and people ask me why I don't make videos on them. It's because art's always meant to be interpreted how you perceive it. So people will see the image on the right of your screen, and you will see different things and different meanings. So I don't really want to try and say what I think it means. I think everyone should go and follow this dude and 100% look at his images, because they do involve Bray and the Fiend, and I'm sure many of you love that. Otherwise, why are you watching this video? But of course, that way you can interpret it how you want, and always tag me in what you think it means, because I'm always interested to hear your thoughts. I definitely want to remind you of this picture, because this is a picture I'm never deleting off of my phone. I'm sorry, Alexa Bliss, I really am. But I do still feel like what we saw tonight on Raw is definitely building to Fastlane. We've heard rumours, we've spoke about it before. Alexa versus Randy at Fastlane just makes sense, especially now he's blaming her. He does want revenge. If he's possessed, they can go around it so many ways where he's not actually physically attacking her or something. I don't know, but I do feel like they're going to be doing something. I can't wait. I think this story is hyping people up. As I said, 40 days until WrestleMania, which I think we all know that's definitely when the Fiend's back. That has to be the cutoff at this point. So the excitement is real. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Turn on notification bell as well. It doesn't really work in a shout out, does it? See you next time. Peace!